Anglers come in all shapes, sizes, and from all walks of life. Though we may have varying likes and dislikes and lifestyles, one thing we all have in common is the need to get out on the water and try our luck at reeling in a bunch of fish. I think I speak for just about every angler out there, and that I've played my fair share of hooky from school, work, and family events over the years in order to get out on the water. Today, I'm hitting the hard water with a group of friends that all called in sick because they were feeling, well, a little crappy. Oh, I missed them.
Hey, there's a fish.
Nicely done, Mike.
This country was built on fishing, hunting, and trapping. I don't forget where I came from, and I still remember the days where I had to book what little vacation time I had to go on deer hunts and fishing trips with my friends. And it reminds me of how important this is to me. Fortunately, I've been able to make a living in the outdoors and have gained invaluable knowledge. And I'm going to share my successes and failures with you. Oh, watch out! Whether you're urban or rural, fish or hunt, you should support sound wildlife management. I am proud to say that I am an angler and hunter.
The Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters presents Angler and Hunter Television. Brought to you by Canadian Tire, a proud partner of Angler and Hunter Television. Mercury Marine, #1 on the water. Winchester Ammunition, an American legend. Browning Firearms, the best there is. Shimano, technology you can feel. Yamaha ATVs, what kind of Yamaha are you? And Lund Boats, the ultimate fishing experience.
Yours is bigger. Oh, yeah. Here comes fish.
Recently, we invited other outboard owners to look deeper into Mercury Verado.
The mid-range throttle response is amazing.
Got a lot of power for low RPM.
Whoa.
I can't get over the power that it has, how quickly it accelerates.
The torque is unbelievable.
Verado is up to 13% quicker than other four-strokes. Visit mercurymarine.com to see more ways Verado beats the competition. Mercury Marine. Look deeper.
Feel that bad boy? Woo.
It's not about the shot itself. It's about all that came before it. A company that's given back to conservation so that the tradition of hunting will continue. A leader in innovation since its founding. It's the legendary excellence you've come to expect. You've got that history in your hands. Now it's about settling the crosshairs, focusing on that moment in time, and one legendary trigger pull that changes you. Winchester, the American legend.
Voltaire presents Fight Night.
I think I speak for fight fans everywhere when I say we saw one of the most insane fights in all of mixed martial arts history here tonight.
You said it, Greg. The defending lightweight world champion Frankie the Butcher Nelson taking on the Voltaire fishing rod by Shimano in one of the craziest fights I've ever seen.
Is that jiu-jitsu? Muay Thai? I don't know what to call it.
I call it crazy.
We'll definitely be seeing more of the Voltaires in future fights to come.
Voltaire, the next level of tough.
A priceless experience on the water. That's the Lund Tai. Fishermen and families everywhere are raving about the all-new Lund Tai. Celebrating 60 years. Since 1948, Lund, the ultimate fishing experience.
Closed captioning of Angler and Hunter Television is provided by Ontario Out of Doors Magazine.
From salesmen, skilled tradesmen, retailers, and even professional hockey players, today's group is pretty diverse. But we all managed to find our way up to Parry Sound, Ontario for a midweek rendezvous to try and catch a mess of crappie that would be the main ingredient in the cure for what ails us, a fish fry.
I got Grant McAllister out here. He works in the retail industry, and he's also a guide with G2 Angling Services. You've probably seen and heard of him down in the Bay of Quinte area. Who else have I got with me out here? Keith Ollie. He's plays for the Marlies and Toronto Maple Leafs. He's the big towering gentleman over there. Richie, he's with Under Armour. He's the guy that's outfitted everybody out here with all the warm clothes. And we're all jigging for crappies. Basically, everybody's got a little Humminbird flasher or a Humminbird LCD, and we're in 15 feet of water. There's crappie scattered throughout this place, and everybody's using different techniques. For some guys using minnows. I'm using a little bait called, it's a Berkeley Atomic Fry. And we're all catching them. No big ones yet. I think Keith's got the biggest one so far, but... There we are. Wow. He was suspended way up, too. Yep. First slab of the day. We keeping them? Yeah. Oh, right on. There you go. There we are. Nice one. He was about 4 feet off the bottom. I had to come up to him.
There are some basic requirements you'll need to make a day on the ice a successful one. A quick trip to Canadian Tire will have you stocked up with everything you need. An ice auger, some Berkeley line, power baits, a couple of ice rods, some compact 500 series Shimano reels, a warm flotation suit, and of course, a portable Humminbird fish finder.
Gulp Alive presents The Fishing Edge.
Got him! Oh yeah! In order to get the edge over fish, you need to make sure you're using tackle designed for the specific species you're after. Take line, for instance. Every inch of every spool of Berkeley line is made under strict quality control measures to assure the finest quality and best performance. Berkeley scientists are constantly developing new line formulas and pushing the technological envelope to bring us the very best fishing lines made. Professional anglers are testing those new products in the field under the toughest conditions. Monofilament is still the largest selling type of fishing line. Nylon monofilaments remain popular because they're easy to use and are available in a wide range of colors and available at a relatively low cost, even for the super premium varieties. Monofilaments are engineered with more stretch than other types of line, a feature combined with rod bending that will help you land more fish. At Berkeley, their passion is to help people like you and me catch more fish. To see more ways to get the edge, check out berkeley-fishing.com.
Coming up, more great fishing.
I guess my first Yamaha was 1986, and after that it was Yamahas to no end. When I look at timber property that I'm going to buy or be harvesting, you need a good, reliable machine to get you through the swamps. Pretty rough going some places. Different people have asked me about, why I buy Yamaha. Keep buying them because of the reliability, and the product that they make is just what we want. I'm Barry Elmhurst, owner and operator of BW Forest Products, and this is my Yamaha.
Folks, I'm Dan Wallace, and I make my living in the backwoods. And people ask me, why do you use a recurve limb crossbow? The better question is, why would you use compound? Look, I'm tough on equipment, and I need a crossbow as tough and reliable as my four-wheel drive. If I happen to drop it out of a tree, or accidentally dry fire, or run over it with your pickup truck, try that with a compound crossbow, and you'll be the proud owner of 100 little parts. So do yourself a favor and pick up an Excalibur and find out why they're the four-wheel drive of crossbows.
They're up there, I've been to the ship. I've seen things. I've smelled things.
Look, I'm trying to forage here.
They fool you with the smell. They got me, but I escaped.
Yeah, from the loony bin.
The scent was like a blood trail, but it's deception.
Get away from me.
Beware, my friend. Trust no one. Trust no one.
Oh, he pulled it out this time. See, he's learning. You got a big one on, don't you?
No, it's not so big. Not too bad, though. Little one.
Beauty. Not bad looking fish, eh? Huh. Keep that one for the pan. All right, now we're at about 15 feet of water. We're noticing that the more aggressive fish are pretty much 8 to 10 feet down. Lots of fish on bottom, but predominantly the active ones are all suspended. Hey, hike that. You like that, eh?
Yahtzee. I'm going to try to explain. I mean, a lot of you have heard and seen guys use flashers for ice fishing before, but that's just a little crappie, obviously. It's almost too easy to fish for crappies with a flasher. So I'll show you some images here, but basically what you want to do is you set your flasher up, you drop it down the hole, and then the thick orange line is going to be bottom, and it tells you in the dead center we're in 15 feet. And then you just simply drop that's a little 1/32 ounce jig. You drop it down and you watch it go down, and as it goes down, you'll see the odd little flick in between the surface and the bottom. And as your bait goes down, if there's an active fish in the area, you'll actually see an orange. If it's a big fish, it'll be orange. If it's a small fish, it'll just be a little green line. Move right up to level where yours is, and then you just work your bait for a second, and lickety split, that fish is on. It turns out the week we shot this program that our favorite up-and-coming Leafs defenseman was traded to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Keith had a gripping story he wanted to share of an experience he had on some ice back home in Saskatchewan when he was younger.
Yeah, well, it was it's on a dugout, what we call it. It's just a small pond that we basically have on our farm just as a water reservoir. We use it to spray our crops and stuff like that. And then in the winter, you know, we can take the snow off of it and skate on it and stuff. So it was actually the year of my under-17 World Hockey Challenge, and I just remember that because I was 16 years old, and my billets from Brandon were actually coming out to stay with my parents and watch me play in this under-17 challenge. So they came from a big city out here near Toronto. So for them to come out and skate on a pond like that was going to be pretty neat. So we thought we'd go out with the tractor and push off the snow and just smooth out the ice so we could skate on it. And so Dad got in the tractor and headed out, and kind of the weird question that I look back on now and think, you know, what if was when he asked, do you want to come out and make sure the ice is all right and make sure I make it across all right. And I could have just said no and gone in and had supper with my mom, or went inside and warmed up, and for some reason I said, yeah, sure, I'll come do this, which, you know, he's done 100 times and everything's been fine, but ended up going and watching him, and so he gets on the ice, makes it 3/4 of the way across, and all of a sudden just bam, the tractor goes right through, and it's about the same as this, about 14 feet deep in the middle probably, so it went right down, and all you could see was about the top of the tractor. And you know, this tractor is a closed-in cab, so from what he says, when he went down, the windows actually didn't break at the start, so he was just trapped in the cab. and then all of a sudden the ice must have hit the window and shattered the back window, and then the water came rushing in, he said. And he got out of the back of the tractor and swam up, and all I could see was him just kind of on the bottom of the ice, just kind of searching for a hole, and just kind of, I could tell that he didn't really know what was going on. He was probably still stunned or whatever else, but eventually he got over to the hole enough that I could reach down with my hand and get a hold of him. And then the battle was actually trying to get him through the hole, because there just wasn't very much space between the hole and the tractor. So eventually we got him wedged out, and it's amazing. I can attest to people having super strength when you're under circumstances like that, because I threw him about 15 feet. We came back in the morning and you could see where the hole was and where he landed in the snowbank when I threw him out. So he actually said that was his worst injury from it all, was just a sore shoulder from where he landed. So
Gear up with Canadian Tire.
Hey, are you heading out on a frozen lake this winter for some ice fishing action? Well, you know, the first thing you have to do before you actually catch fish is drill holes. You're going to need an auger. Canadian Tire has a great selection, but if you're anything like me, you're going to want to make it as quick and painless as possible. A power auger is possibly the best investment you can make and will pay for itself tenfold after only one season. Now, Jiffy has introduced a new propane-powered auger that will save your back and the environment. No more mixing oil and gas. It starts easily with no choke, no priming. The Pro 4 can even be run indoors, all with a 1-pound propane camping cylinder. To see all the options for cutting through the ice, check out your local Canadian Tire store or online at canadiantire.ca.
More great fishing action when we return.
More than a century ago, Browning introduced the autoloading shotgun to the world. Today's Browning Silver continues that tradition with greater reliability, softer felt recoil, better handling, and more features than ever before. The Browning Silver, the autoloading shotgun that does it all. Browning, the best there is.
Think GPS is just for getting you to the lake? Think again. The new iPilot wireless GPS trolling system can hold your boat in place like an electronic anchor, record and retrace productive fishing paths, automatically keep you on any bearing you choose, and take total command of speed and steering. iPilot controls your boat with wireless GPS precision so you can focus on fishing. And it's only from Minn Kota.
Fish are gonna need a new place to hide. Exclusive side imaging from Humminbird. Scan more water faster with 480 feet of side-to-side coverage and see structure detail with amazing picture-like images. Humminbird. Simply, clearly, better.
A new age of modern scope technology has arrived. Burris Optics presents the Eliminator. The Eliminator incorporates laser range finding technology with automatic bullet drop compensation calibrated to your rifle and bullet combination. Burris Optics, leading the way in modern scope technology. Burris's new Eliminator rifle scope, changing rifle scopes forever. Just range them and eliminate them.
If your passion is hunting and fishing, get ready to catch this incredible membership offer from fine sponsors of the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters. Join right now and receive all these great products, including a Shimano reel, the Shimano Sienna 2500, a buck knife, the Silver Creek fishing fillet knife made by Buck Knives, a Coast LED flashlight, a Strike King spinnerbait, a Fox 40 whistle, Berkeley Gulp, Berkeley Power Bait, and Berkeley Trilene. 3 packages of Fish Crisp Original and a special Fish Au Flage Edition Plano soft cider tackle bag with 3 Plano stowaway tackle containers. Plus, when you join, you get Ontario Out of Doors magazine, 10 action-packed issues a year, including the fishing and hunting annuals. This special OFAH membership package is a $260 value for only $72.95. Stand up for conservation and show how much you really care about your passion for fishing and hunting with a membership in the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters. Call and join today.
Excalibur Crossbow presents The Hunting Edge.
Bow hunting has to be one of the most exciting ways to get up close and personal with wild game, and Excalibur Crossbows wants you to have the edge on your next outing. To take that trophy animal, like bear, deer, or moose, you often have to put in long hours on a tree stand. One thing I know is that after a few hours and a cup of coffee on a cool morning, Mother Nature's gonna come calling. Not only will you start losing body heat by trying to hold in your urine, you'll also lose focus and fidget, meaning that when that trophy presents itself, you'll be worrying about a lot more than a good shot. To get the edge over Mother Nature, I bring a 2-liter juice jug with me and tie it to a nylon rope so that it's always under my stand. Now when I gotta go, I just lift, zip, and go. The cap seals it up and I lower it back to the ground. No more climbing in and out and no more contaminating scent around my stand. Dave's one of the local pros up here, and he put us onto this spot. Now, Dave, you're from Barrie?
I live in Barrie, yeah.
Yeah. And so how do you find these little pothole lakes like this up in the Muskoka area that have crappies in them?
I come out in the summertime, drive around, and burn some gas, and do a little fishing, and eventually you fall into a good one.
Yeah. So you obviously found this place not in the winter, in the summertime? Or?
I drove by in the summertime, found it, and then couldn't get a boat in here, and tried it in the winter a couple of years ago, and really they turned on.
So it's just, you didn't know there was crappies in here, you just experimented?
No, I had no idea.
Wow, so there you go. Obviously, I mean, everybody thinks that you got to have a secret lake or whatever, but unless you get out in the road and you come up to this area and you start exploring a little bit, you're never going to find it. But
that's right.
There are guides in the area. I mean, Grant is with G2 Angling, and I mean, he spends a lot of time in a boat, but he's familiar with a lot of lakes. And all it takes is maybe a phone call or something like that to somebody to find out, or even like the local bait shops.
That's right. The bait shops will let you know what's in the lake, and they'll give you little tips on what to use. And
I hear you cook up a mean crappie.
I've cooked up some crappie this year, yeah.
Good. I'm hoping we can eat some of these bad boys.
We're going to try some later.
All right. Beauty. Parry Sound is only a couple hours north of Toronto and possibly the most underutilized fishing destination. Access to hundreds of miles of the most scenic fishing areas on Georgian Bay, as well as hundreds of inland lakes, make it a perfect destination for avid anglers year-round. We found some fantastic lodging in town at the Bayside Inn. Private, comfortable, and well-appointed rooms, along with a homemade meal to start and end every day, make it a perfect home away from home. For an awesome adventure, they even offer access to fly-in fishing trips and tours with Georgian Bay Airways. He's coming up. Here he comes. Come a little higher. It's amazing. When you jiggle it down there, I'm jiggling it right where I'm marking a fish and nothing happens, but when I lift it a foot or two, you see them come right up behind it. Like he's still coming. Here he comes. Finally. That was a lot of work. Oh, it's a bevy. Look at these guys are spitting out minnows. Look at this. They're eating down there. That's why he was hard to catch. He was just a little baby guy. So, obviously that's not big enough to keep. We'll let him go. But this here's, it's a Berkeley, it's called the Atomic Fry. It's just a little Berkeley bait on a 16th ounce jig head. And then I've got Fireline Ice. It's an braided ice line. And a little 500 series Shimano. They don't make ice fishing reels, Shimano doesn't, but they have 500 series in the Siennas and Sonoras, and they work perfect. Well, it's been a pretty good day so far, brother.
Not bad, man. We've had quite a few fish, eh?
Yeah. I'm sitting beside my buddy Grant McAllister. He orchestrated this whole day. He had connections for everybody. He hooked up alls there and got him to come out with us. Now, you guide
Yeah.
Mostly open water, or did you do frozen water too?
Hard and soft water.
I think I've seen guys, some other shows, guys down in Quinte with you.
Yep.
So you spend a lot of time down there?
It's our home body of water primarily. Yeah.
Is there a website guys can go to connect with you?
Yeah, all our contact information's on www.g2angling.com. We have a form there. You can submit a question. You got any questions, any bodies of water? If we can't answer it, we'll find somebody who can.
Kind of like today.
Yeah, yeah.
I got one coming up fast. Come on, pass him. This is great. I told you he was coming up fast. Oh, it's a hog! Oh! So I was just working a fish, suspended, and he wouldn't bite. And then from the bottom, I seen one come up past the fish I was working, and before I knew it, he was on. Whew. That's about as much action as you can get ice fishing right there. Rich is with Under Armour, and the one thing I got to tell you, buddy, is I haven't heard any of these guys out here complaining about being cold today.
That's a good thing.
Now, what's the deal with that? Is it true? Is it true that this stuff keeps you that warm? I mean, one of the guys is wearing a hoodie.
It's products made for all different types of climates, and as we know, it's meant to, change with the weather like it has today.
When you came out and you had Keith with you, I thought it was just you guys were just sporting the gear because of the hockey thing, but obviously with the camouflage and the guys are wearing orange. They got the orange jackets. Those are high visibility. Is that the trick with those?
I think with our sort of purpose at Under Armour is to make all athletes better. So whether it's Keith being a hockey player or his recreational pastime or his passion in fishing, he wears it at the rink, he wears it on the ice, and now he wears it doing what he loves to do to relax.
Gotcha. I knew I'd catch him. Oh boy, oh boy. I think that's the one I just let go. So here's the thing, there's a reason they call these panfish. I mean, they're not the biggest fish. A lot of guys will say, why do you waste your time catching such a little critter? But one of the best eating fish in the lake, and that's why they call them panfish. They're good in a pan fried. I'll let him go. Tell your friends, come back up here. Turns out the old saying's true. A bad day fishing is still better than a good day at work. I hope none of the guys' bosses are watching this episode.
Angler and Hunter Television was brought to you by Canadian Tire, proud sponsor of Angler and Hunter Television. Mercury Marine, #1 on the water. Winchester Ammunition, an American legend. Browning Firearms, the best there is. Shimano, technology you can feel. Yamaha ATVs, what kind of Yamaha are you? And Lund Boats, the ultimate fishing experience. Looking for more information on today's show or past episodes? Visit www.ahtv.com. Whether it's watching a fishing or hunting edge online, or looking for other great sites of the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Visit www.ahtv.com. We'll see you next week. And remember to conserve and protect our great outdoors.